Syracuse is no stranger to snow. It's one of the snowiest cities in America, but right now, the city is facing a winter event that is rewriting the history books. As of this evening, January 1st, 2026, the Salt City has been transformed into a silent, white wilderness, with snow piling up to record-breaking depths in less than 24 hours. It all started late last night, just as we were moving into the new year. A powerful Arctic front slammed into the relatively warm waters of Lake Ontario. Meteorologists at the National Weather Service say that temperature clash created a supercharged lake effect engine. A narrow, intense band of snow parked itself right over Onondaga County and just wouldn't move, dumping snow at a staggering rate of 3 to 5 inches every single hour. By noon today, Syracuse Hancock International Airport had already reported 34 inches of fresh accumulation, absolutely shattering the previous single-day record. Early this morning, the mayor's office officially declared a state of emergency and implemented a citywide travel ban that is still in effect right now. Mayor Walsh was direct during his press briefing at the Public Safety Building, saying, "This is not your typical Syracuse winter day. The sheer intensity of this snow ban has completely overwhelmed the city's plowing capacity. Officials are begging every single citizen to stay off the roads. They need those streets empty so emergency vehicles and DPW crews can try to clear the main routes. Travel is at a total standstill. All flights have been grounded since 4 a.m. Ground crews are out there working in rotating shifts, but visibility is still near zero. If you are planning to fly, check your status online before you even think about leaving the house. The central bus services have also been suspended indefinitely. On the highways, it is a mess. Portions of I-81 and the New York State Thruway I-90 have seen multiple tractor-trailers jackknife. That has forced the temporary closure of the southbound lanes heading toward Cortland. And now, the sheer weight of this heavy, wet snow is starting to take a serious toll on the region's power grid. National Grid is reporting that approximately 15,000 customers in the Syracuse suburbs, specifically in Manlius, DeWitt, and Cicero, are currently without power. The culprit is downed tree limbs taking out transformers. A spokesperson for National Grid said their crews are struggling with the exact same road conditions as everyone else. They are actually using specialized tracked vehicles to reach the hardest-hit areas, but they warn that full restoration might not happen until late tomorrow. Despite the chaos, that resilient Syracuse spirit is on full display. Neighbors are out there helping one another dig out vents and clear entryways. Local fire departments have issued an urgent plea for residents to shovel out fire hydrants near their homes, following the Adopt a Hydrant protocol. The Syracuse Police Department has also issued a serious warning about the dangers of carbon monoxide poisoning. Residents are urged to make sure that furnace and water heater exhaust pipes are not blocked by drifting snow. For those in need of emergency shelter or heat, the city has opened warming centers, and you can find those locations by calling the 211 service. The National Weather Service says the lake effect snow warning remains in effect until tomorrow morning. While the primary band is expected to shift slightly north toward Oswego County, we could see additional accumulations of 6 to 10 inches before the system finally dissipates. The cold is going to be the next major concern. Temperatures are forecast to plummet to 5 degrees below zero tonight, that's minus 20 Celsius, with wind chills making it feel significantly colder. This flash freeze will harden the existing snow, making removal efforts even more grueling for the hundreds of snowplow operators who have been working since New Year's Eve. As Syracuse enters the second day of 2026, it sits under a thick blanket of white, a reminder that in central New York, winter remains the undisputed king. Meanwhile, Governor Kathy Hochul and Mayor Eric Adams issued a joint state of emergency at 5 a.m. today, implementing a total travel ban for all non-emergency vehicles. The safety of New Yorkers is our absolute priority, Mayor Adams stated during a press briefing at the NYC Emergency Management Headquarters. He made it clear, this is not a day for a walk in the park or a quick drive. The wind gusts are hitting 50 miles per hour, creating blinding whiteout conditions. It has gotten so bad that even our plow drivers are reporting they can't see the road in front of them. At the airports, everything is grounded. Over 3,000 flights have been canceled across JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark Liberty. Travelers are being urged to monitor updates via the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey before heading out. The MTA has suspended all outdoor subway service. Long Island Railroad and Metro-North operations have also been halted due to freezing switches and heavy snow drifts that are completely covering the tracks. Even the major crossings aren't spared. The George Washington Bridge and the Verrazano Bridge have been closed periodically throughout the day because of dangerously high winds and icing conditions. The combination of heavy, wet snow and gale-force winds is causing significant damage to the city's aging power infrastructure. Con Edison reports that approximately 45,000 customers in the Bronx and Westchester County are currently without power. A spokesperson said they have mobilized over 2,000 additional line workers from as far away as Ohio and Canada. However, with the travel ban in place and snow piling up faster than it can be cleared, their response times are being delayed. In response to the life-threatening cold, NYC has activated the Code Blue protocol. This mandate ensures that absolutely no one seeking shelter is turned away. The Department of Homeless Services has deployed outreach teams to bring the city's unhoused population into warming centers. New Yorkers are encouraged to check on their elderly neighbors and to report any individuals at risk by calling 311. For those experiencing heating failures in their apartments, the NYC Department of Buildings has opened an emergency hotline to hold landlords accountable for maintaining legal temperatures. The National Weather Service warns that while the snow will taper off by midnight, the danger is far from over. A flash freeze is expected as temperatures drop to a projected low of 8 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about -13 Celsius overnight. Any slush or cleared pavement is going to turn into treacherous black ice. The commissioner of the NYC Department of Sanitation put it plainly: the cleanup will take days, not hours. They have 1,600 plows on the streets, but right now, they are fighting a battle against nature. As New York City wakes up on January 2nd, 2026, it finds itself buried under a pristine but perilous white blanket. The most iconic metropolis in the world is facing the monumental task of digging itself out. But as the snow settles, the calculators are coming out. Economists and city officials are already tallying up the staggering financial aftermath of this record-breaking storm. Preliminary estimates from fiscal analysts suggest that this New Year's blizzard has cost the New York State economy upwards of $2.5 billion. That includes lost productivity, massive infrastructure damage, and the skyrocketing costs of the emergency response. The biggest hit to the economy came from the total paralysis of the workforce. With that citywide travel ban in effect for over 48 hours, the service, retail, and corporate sectors saw a near-total shutdown. New York City's retail sector, which was already navigating a post-holiday slump, took a massive hit, losing an estimated $400 million in potential revenue. Restaurants and Broadway theaters were forced to go dark, canceling shows and reservations. That led to massive losses in perishable inventory and ticket sales. Even the corporate world struggled. While many offices in Manhattan tried to transition to remote work, widespread power outages and the disruption of childcare meant that productivity dropped by an estimated 35% across the professional services sector. The physical toll on New York's aging infrastructure is just as extensive. The State Department of Transportation is reporting significant damage to road surfaces and bridges. The extreme freeze-thaw cycle, combined with the corrosive effects of massive amounts of road salt, has engineers warning of a pothole epidemic in the coming weeks. The rapid expansion of ice within asphalt cracks has compromised miles of the FDR Drive and the Long Island Expressway. Repairing these arterial roads is projected to cost the state at least $150 million. On the power front, Con Edison and National Grid have reported over 1,200 downed transformers and miles of snapped power lines. The cost of mobilizing thousands of mutual aid workers from out of state, combined with equipment replacement, is expected to exceed $300 million. And unfortunately, analysts warn that those costs may eventually be passed on to consumers through temporary delivery surcharges. Finally, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey faced a logistical nightmare. The cancellation of over 5,000 flights at JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark resulted in $200 million in lost airline revenue, plus millions more in accommodation vouchers and rebooking costs. This also created a massive backlog in global air cargo, delaying critical supply chains for pharmaceuticals and electronics. The financial bleeding isn't just limited to the state economy. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority is reporting a massive deficit spike. Between the suspension of fares and the exorbitant cost of overtime for thousands of workers clearing snow and ice from the tracks, the MTA's finances are being stretched thin. In fact, reports indicate that the agency's emergency snow removal budget for the entire year was exhausted in just 3 days. Beyond public infrastructure, private property owners are facing a deluge of insurance claims. The sudden drop to 5 degrees below zero following that heavy, wet snow led to thousands of reports of burst pipes, particularly in older residential buildings in Brooklyn and the Bronx. Further north, in upstate New York and the Hudson Valley, the sheer weight of the snow caused several warehouse roofs to buckle, destroying millions of dollars in stored inventory. The human cost of this storm also carries a heavy financial burden. City hospitals, which were already operating at high capacity, have seen a 400% increase in emergency room visits. We are seeing a wave of injuries related to slips and falls on untreated sidewalks, carbon monoxide poisoning from improper heater use, and tragically, heart attacks suffered by people trying to shovel snow, a leading cause of death during New York winters. The NYC Department of Health estimates that the public health impact and emergency medical services overtime will add another $75 million to the city's bill. In response, Governor Kathy Hochul has officially requested a federal disaster declaration from the White House. If approved, FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, would provide reimbursement for up to 75% of eligible emergency costs, including snow removal and critical infrastructure repair. We are looking at a long road to recovery. Governor Hochul stated plainly, "This wasn't just a snowstorm. It was an economic shock to our system. We need federal partnership to ensure that the burden doesn't fall solely on New York taxpayers." As the snow begins to melt, the true cost of the 2026 blizzard is becoming clearer. While New Yorkers are famous for their resilience, the financial frostbite from this event will likely be felt in state and city budgets for the remainder of the fiscal year. Ultimately, this storm serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for increased investment in climate-resilient infrastructure. It is the only way to protect the world's financial capital from the volatile weather patterns of the future. If you liked the analysis in this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please share this video with your friends, family members, and relatives. And finally, if you found this report helpful, please hit the like button. This helps us beat the algorithm and ensures this truth reaches more people who need to hear it. Thank you for watching.